Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today. Thank you guys once again for tuning in for another great watch list. So yesterday was a pretty crazy day. As many of you know, the market ended up coming down pretty hard, correcting itself pretty big. So we're going to be paying attention to the market today. We're going to be paying attention to a few of those inverse ETFs. We're going to be paying attention to Facebook. Facebook has some extremely bad news lingering over it right now. That's going to cause Facebook to be very heavily traded. Yesterday, Facebook seen its most heavily traded day over the past year. So over the past year, yesterday, Facebook traded, I think it was close to 88 million shares of volume, which is the most that it's traded over the course of a little over a year. So that news is really causing a lot of people to gravitate into Facebook stock. Okay, so there's a lot going on right now. So we're going to we're going to start sharing the screen and take a look at some of these stocks that we're watching and really just go from there. All right, 1 second. All right, 1 second, ladies. All right, so let's go ahead and first let's start with the stock. Good morning to you guys as well. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. So let's go ahead and let's look at first things first. Let's take a look here at Facebook, just because it's very interesting. And I'm going to put this on a 5-day, 5-minute chart. So here's Facebook, right, guys? Huge move down, right? Look at that move down. That's a big move from a high of 184, 185, all the way down to a low of 170. I'm going to pull up this 1-year day chart. You can see there's a really strong support right in this $1.70 area. 1 second. All right, so you have a bounce here. So there's 1, 2, there's even one here. And you could say saw it right in this area there. Yeah, and you could say right in this area there. So you can see rally, bounce. So there's a lot of support for Facebook right in this $1.70 area. There's a ton of support right here right now. So do keep that in mind when considering trading Facebook today, if you do trade Facebook today. Again, so we have a solid support system built here right in the $1.70 area. So this is kind of that key level we're watching for. If you're not familiar with what's going on with Facebook, please take the time this morning to read the news on it. You'll probably find 20 or so different articles from different news sources, different outlets explaining primarily the same thing. There's a lot of talk going on with Facebook right now, and some of their, I guess you could say, some of their data and the way that their data has been used. So they're talking about data security, and how there was even talks of how they could have potentially influenced outcomes of the last election. So there's a lot of talk going on right now about the way Facebook has been representing and using some of their analytics and some of their data. Okay, some believe it's kind of unlawful, some believe it's illegal, etc. Right? So there's a ton of stuff going on with Facebook right now. There's an investigation going on with how they're using some of their data. So please go through and read some of the reports so you guys can wrap your head around what's going on with Facebook a little bit more. Mark Zuckerberg also sold, like, I don't know, he sold a ton of shares on Monday. Long story short, Facebook is in a whole shitstorm right now. So keep Facebook on watch, right? Now, a lot of people are saying this is a good time to buy, which, I mean, in reality, from what most of you guys and myself are taught is, yeah, we buy at support and we sell into the highs, right? That we know that. So, you know, a lot of people are thinking this might be a good time to buy right at this $1.70 area. The price is right at the 200 moving average. Right, so some would argue this is a good time to buy, but I'm not. I am not going to buy this today. Probably not, because this news is so strong, and Mark Zuckerberg has sold a ton of his shares. The market is coming down, like you know, the market is looking very, very bearish. So all the signals right now are pointing towards a bear market, and nothing good for Facebook right now. Okay, with you know, fear of the market coming down, that's going to push Facebook down. With this investigation and this shitty news on Facebook, that's going to push the price down. So I don't, honestly, in my personal opinion, and with the research I've done, I personally feel that with where the market's at, so for one, you know, for one, the market is too, for one, the market's just too bearish right now, and that news is so strong on Facebook that I don't think this $1.70 support's going to hold. It might today, but I don't think it's going to hold in the coming days. So definitely have a bearish outlook on Facebook. All right, so definitely keep that in mind. Facebook is a really big blue chip stock, and they're basically a whale in the market. So what happens to Facebook affects the market as well. Next on the list, we will look at, we'll just take a brief look here at the SPY 2. Just want to talk about this. Look at this big red day. This is kind of what we expected. I mean, I've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks, that once the SPY broke through its upward trend line support, which was right here, we were most likely going to see a red day. And as you can see, this is one of the biggest red days we've had in the past couple weeks. So we had a really big red day. Now, others may be following the trend like this. So right now we could potentially be kind of right on some support with this trend. Okay, but regardless of that, we tried to go higher right here. We tried to go higher right here, and we failed to do so. So now we're putting in, you know, lower highs. So we're definitely downtrending right now in the market, at least a short-term downtrend. Okay, we're definitely not going up right now. So with that being said, we've seen UVXY go from like, I don't know, was it 14 yesterday? Go from 14 to a high of almost 18. It almost moved $3 to $4 yesterday. Big move. Same thing with TVIX. Okay, TVIX, same thing. Big move. Again, there's a handful of different ETFs you guys can watch. Okay, so these are some of the top 5 different like ETFs and funds to watch for when the market is going down. HGG, that's what I thought it was. HOG. Okay, this is one you can watch. You could watch VTIP, GLP. Or you know what? I must have put them down somewhere else. Those are some different tickers. But I'm going to make a video here too as well about all the tickers you guys can watch for when the market's going down. But regardless of those, the next one we're going to look at is RKDA. RKDA is that stock that got really, really pumped up. We know that it was down at $4 all the way to a high of 66. Then it got short sold really hard. It went on short sell restriction, so now it's back up. And personally, I think we're going to see it have a red day. So again, this got put on short sale restrictions. So short sellers weren't really able to short this unless it was on an uptick, which isn't necessarily easy to do. With that being said, you can see this $35 level is holding up really well. From the Fibonacci I drew here on the yearly chart, you can see that the $35 level is a strong support here on RKDA. So right now is not a bad price, right? You're kind of high shorting. You can cover up here down at 35. So right now we're going to keep RKDA on watch because it's now off of SSR. That means more short sellers may pile in and try and drive this price lower today. So we're going to watch RKDA for a short with the target of probably $35. DXR. DXR is just kind of it's starting to lose volume, but again, this was a penny stock that got pumped up not too long ago. Actually, let me get these off. It's a penny stock. They got pumped up not too long ago from about 4 to 21. So again, we're going to be watching this one for a short as well. I mean, it's still at $13, but it came from 4. So this thing is still overpriced. We believe still definitely overpriced. At least we believe. So we're going to watch this one today for a short too. Okay. There's a lot of things we're watching today. AMTX. AMTX is on short sell restrictions. So that means short sellers can no longer short this unless it's on an uptick. So this might cause some short sellers to actually start covering. So watch AMTX as this might squeeze today. Might. Not a great chance, but it might, considering a lot of short selling, sideways consolidation, a little bit of an up move. We might spike on AMTX. So watch AMTX today. We did Facebook. You can also watch ARNA. ARNA has some news out this morning about some positive top line results, something about maybe the starting of phase 3 trials. And then, so watch ANRA. That one got good news this morning. And then ORCL. ORCL, negative earnings is what it appears to be. It's gapping down really, really big. So this is something that you guys may want to watch. It's right down at previous support. All right, this $47, $46 area right here, previous support level. So keep that in mind that ORCL has gapped down and dropped all the way down to a level of support as well. My treat secret. No, Fibonacci is really, really easy to use once you get, good at it. So yeah, let me show you. I'll show you real quick. What was I just on? RKD. All right, so to do a Fibonacci, you're going to go to drawings. You're going to go to drawing tools. You'll scroll down to the little percent sign, which is the Fibonacci retracement tool. Fibonacci has to start. You start Fibonacci retracement from basically the start of an impulse directional move, which would be right about here. You're going to follow it all the way to the top. Once you do that, it'll plot you a bunch of different lines. And each one of these lines acts up as a support as the price is coming back down. So you can expect that these lines are where the stock will bounce. And then once they bounce, these lines will then become resistance points. That's basically all there is to it. All right. So again, guys, that's all we have for you here today on the watch list. So I hope that helps. Again, keep Facebook on your watch list, RKDA, DXR. Maybe I'll put that right here. Jay, good to have you in here. So here's the deal. I'm gonna type out the tickers for you guys to watch for anybody tuning in late or anybody that doesn't want to listen to me talk anymore. AMTX. Oh man, there's so many. AMTX, RKDA, DXR, Facebook, ARNA, ORCL, UVXY, TVIX, SPY. Did I do Facebook already? I did Facebook, and that's all for now. All right. Again, guys, I only mention stocks that I see have potential. Most oftentimes, you're not going to see me recommend stocks that trade on very, very light volume. Every once in a while, there'll be a light volume stock, but it has the opportunity to pick up in volume. But most of the stocks you see me recommend are either going to be legitimate stocks. They're going to be penny stocks that are being heavily traded. I will never recommend shitty penny stocks. I will never recommend trading light volume stocks. Everything that I recommend here to trade are usually stocks that have a good opportunity of making you money if trading correctly. I don't recommend trading junk. That's one thing you'll find out. Yeah, Mike, it has the possibility to. I have an old Dell Precision laptop that I actually trade on, and then I also have an MSI gaming computer. So I run basically 3 to 4 screens. I have 2 laptops I work on. I have a personal laptop here, and then I also have my trading laptop. So I have a few different laptops that I actually use for trading and working, but I use an MSI gaming computer to run most of my softwares, most of my streaming software, do most of my recordings on, my meetings for our trading room, our trading room, trading course, chat room, all that. And then I use a Dell Precision laptop to actually execute my orders. It's just a computer I have in the middle. But yeah, that's just about it. So I send the emails out every morning. I send out a morning watch list email every single morning. If you're not receiving that email, you have to check your spam folder. And if you're not getting it still, please go to our website and log into your account and make sure that you have a correct email on file or that you didn't put in a typo or something like that. Other than that, I have no other control. It's either going to be in your spam folder or your email is incorrect, because I do send out our watch lists every morning via email to our users. Sure. So to find short sale restriction, all you have to do is go to Google and type in short sale restriction list, and you most oftentimes the first one that pulls up is going to be NASDAQ Trader, and that is going to give you a long list of all the stocks that are on SSR list. And I recommend keeping that up every day while you're trading, so you know whether or not you're trading a stock that's on SSR. Because a lot of times, if you're trying to short a stock, right, and if you don't know it's on SSR, you could be sitting there waiting to trade it or something, and then you go to short it, you realize that it's on SSR, and then causes a big trouble. Or if it is on SSR, you can kind of know that and know it might not go down, and you might have a better chance longing it, etc. So you got to stay informed about what it is you're trading. Holy shit. Really? Kevin, really good job. That's awesome, dude. So I hope you did buy your mom the car. Yes, Michael, if SPY goes down, TVIX will most likely go up. Jay, we did recommend watching ARNA, more long bias than short bias. So yeah, but that's just about it, guys. So again, for those of you tuning in right now, if you guys would like to join in and get our free watch list every morning, it's just a little watch list we send out, kind of just like it's almost like a refresher or a recap, because as we get closer to the market, some things may change. So basically, what I'll do is I'll send out like usually three tickers in a watch list. Some may be the same from here, some may be different. Just kind of depends on what happens when we get close to the market. But I'll send an email every morning about 3 tickers to watch, just a simple charts, 3 tickers, just hey, watch these for today. Keep them on your watch list. If you want to receive those watch lists, all you got to do is go down and click the link, first link in the video description. That will take you to Boiler Room Trading, our website. From there, all you have to do is just register and just create an account on our website. You don't have to join the program. You don't have to join our trading room. You just actually have to create like a profile and an account on our website. That will put you on our email list, and then we can send you the watch list if you choose. So that's how you do it. Once again, thank you guys for joining in. I will catch you guys all tomorrow morning for another pre-market watch list. So